Hi everyone, you're watching Jan FX, and in this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week, which is based on my strategy. We will have a look what happened this week, and of course at possible entry points for the coming week. And as usual, I will be giving you a little bit more details, your entry points, where you could go for trades and where I was placing my orders, so you know how exactly I'm using it while giving it analysis for the whole week. So how quite easy it is to follow. And I will not show you anymore many of the trades because you've seen how I trade. You know exactly how I place the orders, right? How I'm closing positions and leaving the rest of it. So I'll just show you a little bit of result of this week. You can see that this is the result I have. And just to show you that this is for this particular week, not for something else. So I'm showing you, see, 4th of February, and here we go. As you can see, the number hasn't changed on the screen, right? And I will show you in here that I do not have anything floating. Okay, so you can see floating is 0. So I've closed all my trades, and right now we are going to look for the possibilities of new entry points for this coming week. So how I made this profit this week again, and we are looking at euro dollar. So remember, we were here last week, and this is where I draw your level right here. We had already support where I told you that possibly the market will go into this triangle, or maybe it will be pennant, but already we do have our levels, and obviously we could place the orders. And remember, I was telling you need to be careful around this level, but you can see on Monday it started to move. I didn't go for euro on Monday, and it was smashing all the levels. I only went for a little trade around here when it broke finally all the levels. So this is where I placed only one pending order for sale. So, and I got a small profit on this movement down. So, and then of course I finished and get out of the trades. So, well, obviously, as you can see, so many people, somebody even wrote a comment, you don't need all these levels. Somebody wrote that, oh, you need to just buy euro, but that person obviously deleted his comment because, as you can see, buying euro wasn't a good idea. That's why, guys, I'm telling you, there is no way in Forex you can exactly know where it's going to go, but only this easy, using the levels, using psychology, it will show you the way. Okay, so here we go. If you would buy, you had 100 pips loss or floating at this moment. And if you just follow the way I do it, so how I trade it, well, you see that's how it was profitable for me. I didn't have any losing trades on euro dollar. So that's what I'm saying. It's everyone's choice, but remember, it's very risky. So all I'm telling you, I'm not telling you follow me or do like me. I'm just telling you how I do it. What you want to do, it's up to you. So, but I'm giving you this example so you know how it can be done. Okay, so that's all. I'm just doing it, just showing how it can be done. So, well, that's it. You see pretty much what we are now in euro dollar, and we are again back into the flat. We are, and you see in that channel, kinda, and we smashed this level once again. Remember, I was showing you the bigger picture, which was looking like maybe it was possibly would be going back and giving us a shoulder, or possible it's more looking like a diamond pattern. Well, right now we smashed this level once again, and it's still possible to come back and possibly go up. But it's like this, you see, I'm saying to you, it doesn't matter really. Okay, yes, now it's smashed, and of course I can say that possibly this is not going to be diamond pattern, but you never know. It's the market, it can decide by itself. So that's why we're going on the smaller charts, and we're just looking for possibilities of new entries, where it's going to consolidate, what is it going to do. So as the previous week, I gave you pretty much exactly the area where I was looking for, going for the placing the trades, one level, another level, like more this one, right? And so now, of course, I will be waiting. You see, I draw this, continue that level a little bit further, and it does look like a messy little bit, so many levels, but when you follow it, you understand where are they from, and it's not as bad. I can remove all of them, but I keep it just for you guys, so you would see, because I can remove them and I know where they go and how I would look if it will be turning around. But it's better just to keep it that way, so you know. So I would wait for it to go down a little bit further and possibly concentrate again between now this level and the bottom level, which is from the previous trades. Okay, so all of this now we have all those levels from the previous trade, and if it will start to consolidate, then we're of course going to consider that possibly once again it might continue the way down. We still have about 30 pips to the next level, and it might turn around, and we obviously have enough space to go back in previous areas. Okay, so that's why right now I wouldn't do anything but just wait for it to sit and consolidate around this area. Of course, like I'm saying once again, if it will not do anything like that, I would wait for it to go back in one area, or go back or continue the way down, and then wait for, as usual, consolidations or patterns, any patterns, right? So, of course, from the point of expectation, it was going down for like 180 pips. Of course, I would be expecting more correction and turning around, maybe slightly more, like I'm saying, reaching this area, and then possibly to give a correction, right? So, of course, you would expect that after such a big movement down. But like I'm saying, you never know. That's why for me it's better to just get a bit of confirmation. That's all. And of course, don't forget to follow the news, okay? It's going to be again news for pairs, for the American dollar, and of course political news. Just follow it and make notes in your diaries. So just reminding you all the time. So that's pretty much it, guys. So as we're in the bigger picture, you saw it was a bit flat. Right now we went down. Of course, we would have expected a bit more correction, but wait for this first area, and then see going back in up, or continue the way down, and then where it's going to go slow down. So it's like I'm saying, you see, there is nothing not as difficult as it seems. Well, anyway, for me. Now we're going to pound dollar. This is the bigger picture. You can see right now, what do I have? Yes, this is my little fish, I like to call this pattern. So I draw it like this. I don't draw very long levels at this moment, but if it will continue smashing one or another level, of course I would continue them and as channels. So in the bigger picture, we can see also that, remember I gave you this level, and we had a support level. And you saw previously in the video how I was placing orders on the news event previous week using that level, and it's exactly what I did once again this week. I placed the orders around this level, but not on Monday. I waited for it to smash on Monday. It corrected a little bit, consolidated a little bit underneath the level, and I was placing orders a little bit away from there, so around here, and obviously pound gave me a really good a profitable trade. So, and then it started to consolidate. Remember, it was news on what was it, on Thursday, there were news for pound. There was like Bank of England, some comments, and here I had another order. Well, you can see obviously here I did not place both directions, right, because I used this channel a little bit, not channel consolidation. It wasn't very good. As you can see, I draw that level, and it didn't give me possibility to place the pending order buy, and which I could use a little bit of here, but I placed only sell, and I got into this trade with the news. It got me out with a very good profit on this one. It was very nice trailing. I was using trailing stops, so it closed all while I was away. I couldn't sit at that moment and watch it completely, and that's pretty much it. So I made my profit on this movement down. You see, then it went back up and started to a little bit of consolidating, so I could draw that pattern. So of course what I'm waiting for now, first of all, a possible break in one level. We have enough space to go back up, and or break in that level and continue the way down. So really a good position for me. This is what I will be looking. Of course, bear in mind that it might just continue as a straight channel. Okay, so if it will go as a straight channel, then of course I would remove these levels and would not use that. I would use the horizontal, that level. I will draw that and see how much it will be jumping out from that level. So maybe I would have to draw it as a big wider channel. Depends, that way maybe slightly low, but pretty much like this. You see, that's why I'm warning you about it right now. Yes, it does look like a pattern, but if it will not break that level and will just sit and bit consolidate here, then I will be placing the orders. But if it will just start straight away and like start to go up and down, then of course it will be more like a channel, but which is also still enough, right, to go up, and it would be enough to go down distance. But the channel will be much wider than narrowing in between this in the little body fish, let's say. So that's pretty much with pound. Of course, remember Brexit news, everything around it right now is really good. That's why I more concentrate on pound in that respect. and then the euro. So what else? So if it will smash wherever and go, and of course we will see getting back closer to this area, or if it will smash and continue, go back closer to the, remember, the previous area, which I'm still having it on the screen. So for example, that level we don't need anymore, and that level we also don't need anymore. I will remove them afterwards. So that's pretty much with pound. Okay, so you see, you can't really say 100% is going to continue down. Of course, if it will be hard Brexit, then it will continue down, but with all the news, there will be quite a lot of financial news for pound this week, so it might be a bit messy, and you need to consider it. Okay, except Brexit, there will be some financial news. So now we're going to Australian dollar. I didn't have any trades with that pair, unfortunately. You see how beautiful movement down, and as you can see, the more expectation was of going up, because maybe everybody decided that that was a bearish flag, which did look like a bearish flag. That's what I'm saying, like it was before. It was a bearish flag, not bearish, bullish flag previously, and it created another bullish flag, right? We would consider to continue and reach the level, but as you can see how it's all can change around. That's why I'm always telling you, you can't say exactly where it's going to go. The patterns will not give you 100%. The patterns will only give you maybe 80 to 40%. For example, here, if we thought it was the bullish flag, it was 80% will go up, but at the same time go down. So why I didn't, that's pretty much I didn't trade the pair. I didn't like the flag. It was too wide for me. It was too wide for me, except, well, okay, you could have go for the trade. It was a little bit of breakout here, right? Showing it's like crosses in here, placing the order. So you can see it's 30 pips. That's what I'm saying. Protect yourself. At least get 10 pips and then protect yourself. So that was possible. So I didn't risk it and I didn't go for it. Here it was a little bit of consolidation, and there was some news, some important news for Australian, but you see it was all at night and it was not very good for me in my time zone. If I would be maybe in a time zone sitting and watching it, then maybe I would go for it. But for me it was already a deep night, and that's why I didn't want to go for it if I had other pairs to look at. So, and that's pretty much it. You could use that, right? You could use that, and you could once again place orders possibly here, go for it, and of course placing the orders down here, and another profitable trade, 60 pips, and continue. See, it didn't have any correction. So all the way down, if you would have just move your stop, protecting yourself for 30 pips, right? Protecting yourself for 10, but when it's moving like this, you just move slowly, your stop behind, and you see how beautifully it went down right to the next level. You see, right to the next, it's 150 pips, so pretty much 100 pips at least on this movement was possible to make. So that's I'm just showing to you the opportunities. Now we stopped at the level, and of course it's expectation of possible correction. So what I would wait again, if it will be something reasonable, news for American dollar, of course, will be, bear in mind, if it will have some consolidation once again. So this is the area to look for possible entry points. As you can see, once again, enough to go back to this level and enough to continue the way down. Good distances to one and another levels. So it's just waiting time once again. If it'll go up, here we see any consolidation around this level, go down, any consolidation around here, and then of course either continue away, either go back up. So that's it, guys. Can't be certain 100%, but that's how you can use all of the levels. That's pretty much it. And news, of course. So here with the bigger picture, if we would look, once again, similar, right? 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, then that's like I'm saying, this possibly could be 3. This is what we would have expected in here. So it might still go back up, but still before it go back up possibly or continue the way down, you still have a good opportunities to look at trades around this area. That's, I have these opportunities. That's how I look at it. If you look the same way, it's up to you. And once again, it's up to you. You have to decide and make decision for yourself. So, well, that's pretty much it for now. With the pace, I don't move any levels. I don't remove the levels of this channel. I'm keeping it as it is at this moment, and then we will see. Of course, if you would look on the bigger picture, depends how it will try to go back. It might be ending up. We would expect first it was looking like a double bottom. Maybe it will be a triangle. We have one top, we have another top, right? And we have pretty much one bottom and another bottom. So maybe it will end up as triangle. But right now, I don't want to draw it, because as you can see, it's quite a distance from where we are now. So when it will start to go back around, then we will use these two tops. But at this moment, it's too early. So that's why I don't want too many lines. I could have drawn it, but virtually you imagine where it could be. Okay, so that was Australian dollar. Now we're going to dollar yen. Okay, so with dollar yen this week, that's where I had a small losing position. I will explain to you what happened, why, and how I think. So remember, I was on a trade here last week and I closed on Friday, which, as you can see, I was actually right. I should have just kept my stop loss here. I should have just kept and wait for going it to the next level. But I decided to finish it. I thought it will go and close the gap. So maybe it was gap with the block I'm trading right now. I don't know. But anyway, that's why I decided I will close it with some profit. So you see, obviously, if I would just continue, I could have made an extra at least 40 pips. Okay, but never mind. So what happened next? You see, it started to consolidate, and it's pretty much like you say exactly. You have perfect channel, and this is where I placed my orders and I sold, obviously, right? So, and then it started to sit and consolidate, and it did not try to break this week. So I thought, okay, if it will continue the way down, then I will be in profit. If it will go around, my stop would have been somewhere around here. I would have closed my losing trade, and of course I will try to get on the way, continue up to make my money back. But I decided to, so when it started to consolidate a bit more, I have swaps, and the swaps are quite big, and so losing on swaps is, that's why I don't really like to go for long-term trading. I decided to close it with at least a small loss. Okay, do not want to risk in case it will actually continue up, and then I would have to lose at least 60 pips. Right now I lost around 10 pips on that movement. So when it started to go back down a little bit more in here, I closed and walked out with just that little loss on Friday. Okay, so I decided to close it. So obviously, probably it will continue turning around, and I could have been in profit, but doesn't matter. If it will go around, I will go into trade again, and I cover that loss. It's not big, like I'm saying. What I'm giving you in this example, I have been telling you before, maybe you didn't pay attention. When I see, you see it went down and started to just sit in here, and obviously we can see it looks like a pennant, and it's not having enough any of the news. Next week there will be news for American dollar. I can see that, okay, it's not moving, then I don't want to risk it. Okay, like I'm saying, I have to think if it goes down. I'm trying to close at least at break even. I couldn't go and close at break even because I'm somewhere around here, and it was a little bit up, plus the spread, of course. So that's why I closed with about 10, maybe 8 pips loss. Compared to if it will go and risking like 60 pips loss, I'd rather to do it this way and place the orders again. So that's how I think at it and how I take my losses. And now you know how it's done. Okay, so how it's done by me. So in this situation when it's just not moving anywhere, it just sits and not moving anywhere, so I prefer just get out from this. So if I could have get out with 0, I would rather do that, but it's like I'm saying, it's a spread, and it's very hard to get out with the at least 0 when it's consolidates and you got in such situation. But that's how I prefer to do. So what's now? As you can see, I moved levels a little bit, corrected it. So I'm trying to use the tops, I'm trying to use this kind of bottom. So of course my expectation, the decision, right? I think it might continue the way up. So that's why I didn't want to lose much and try to recover it. So of course at the same time it might continue the way down and well, go down to this level. So you see now I have a bit of the pennant already, and of course this week, if it's not going to have any jumps and depending on preparing before the news, I will be using once again this level. Now I draw it a little bit more like a pennant, right? Not as straight as it was previously. It's more looking in triangle pennant, and I will be using that level, of course, for selling once again pending orders, and I'd rather to use that level as a buy orders, okay, as I had this week having my orders, and buy pending orders from that level up. So that's pretty much how I think I'm going to work out this week. Okay, so just wait for it, consolidation a little bit more possible between these two, and using those levels. So if it will go down, of course, I will see if it will go down to this level, we'll stop around it and do any consolidation, so pretty much like we had before, or continue the way up, maybe somewhere in the middle, because there's still enough space to this level and to that level. So that's what I'm saying, a little bit further away, and see something in the middle. So that's my view on dollar yen. So now we're going to dollar CAD, which is also I had really good trades with dollar Canadian, and you can see it's a bigger picture. Let's go on a smaller one quickly, and then I'll show you what's happening on the bigger. And remember here, right, on the dollar CAD, where I was telling you I did not sell here because I told you it's a very strong level, and I didn't think it will give up so easily, right? It will turn around, possibly, will do some consolidation, and then it will either continue the way down or will go inside. That's it, right? So that's how it's happening, and it's exactly what happened. So I was waiting for it. It went up. It did not consolidate in the previous channel. It's broke it a little bit and then went up again. So that's why I could draw this support level. You see that one on the bottom, so it would look like a little pennant, okay? So, and of course I used the level to buy, placing pending orders buy and pending orders sell, and obviously I had a really good trade on buy. So, and you can see how much it moved. It's just beautifully. And then it went to this area. I'll show you where that level came from, and we were expecting some news on Friday. Was news for Canadian dollar. Here I had a little channel and another beautiful trade. So you see a beautiful winning positions on dollar Canadian, giving a really good signals pretty much. So now let's go on a daily chart and see. Here we go. It's another my pennant, okay, which looks like maybe will be diamond, maybe it is a fish at this moment. So we don't know, but it does look like it. That's why in here I had that little channel you saw where in a specific area where it went. I was expecting it to go and turn around because we went a long way up, and you can see that's how I use it. I draw the parallel, right? There's a parallel levels, draw up and I use in the bottom, and of course there's two bottoms, and it gave me that level with just using one top and expecting that movement to stop here. So that's how you pretty much using the this levels to draw and find out about the pattern diamond, or like a fish I call it. So and now of course here I'll just wait for some consolidation and a little bit of view from news. Of course if it is a pattern, then I would expect the first thing expectation it should turn around, maybe give a little like a double top and then turn around, continue the way down. But like I'm saying, you never know. It's never 100%. Yes, right now it's for me it's 80% that it is a pattern, but there is still now 20% that it might continue the way up very easily with such a small correction. Huge movement, of course, expecting a good correction, and if it will go down, it would be perfect correction, turning around, possibly going back up, or who knows. So that's why we're starting with this area. Okay, so this is a big chart, like I'm saying, going on the smaller charts, looking at a smaller picture. Okay, like now I have a little bit of slowing down. Let's just try to recover it. Okay. Right, a little bit technical issue. Now we're back, and yeah, so that's, here we go. We'll be waiting. So it's a little bit higher. And to this level, we can see it's pretty much still about 30 pips. So we can start with something in here. I don't really like that it's a little bit higher. Remember, it came back to this messy area, right? And that's what I don't like. It's too messy was previously. That's why I was not trading when it was so messy. And now it's back into that mess. You can see how clearly it was around all here. Everything was absolutely clear. Now back to this messy area. I would rather to wait and see for a little bit better and smoother consolidation. If it's nothing going to be here smooth, then I'll just wait, okay, and see maybe the other pairs will give me something better. But right now, concentration, okay, let's do it this area, okay, concentration of this area. And of course that level, or continue, or turning around and continue the correction, going in this area, maybe something in the middle slowing down, but we are looking at here at this moment. Okay, so now we're going to euro pound. Euro pound I also didn't touch this week. It went up as expected, reached the level. Here I was telling you I would wait for any consolidation. I could have corrected a little bit this level because with the Monday, right, waiting for we have all the touch ups, waiting for channel is nothing. It was very wide, it was very messy, and yeah, okay, it was a movement, but nowhere to get into it, right? Around here is a bit too close. Well, okay, 30 could go for 10 pips, but wasn't worth it. Okay, you see, it wasn't worth it for me, because remember I told you I expected to go in here and consolidate in here. Too much. Smaller, like it started, very tiny one would have been great. Too wide, no need to. And then you can see how you could correct that level, right, using the bottoms. Then, okay, didn't have any consolidation here, but started to consolidate around here. And of course, the pound news, you could go for that a bit of the trade, which is about, you see, 40, 50 pips. You could go for at least, get at least 10, 20 pips on that movement with the news. But, okay, that's how it would work. So now, that's how I would work with it. But I didn't pay attention on it, having the other pairs to look at. Now you can see it started once again to have a consolidation already. We do have already a nice channel. Started again like it was previous week, the ending, right? Now the same this week. Again, back to this level, a possibility, right? And of course, going down, a possibility. So of course, if something nice continue, maybe to use it. If other pairs wouldn't show, then this is a really good right now opportunity for that channel. If it will go slightly better, of course, with the opening of the market, it might straight away go down, might straight away go up. Of course, if it will do, and missing this opportunity, waiting for once again go back in this area. If it will go down, of course, there anywhere to stop and consolidate. So that's pretty much with euro pound. Now we're going to beautiful gold. Beautiful trades for me this week again with gold. So once again, remember previous week I showed you I was placing the orders from the level, right? Waiting for the news, which was nothing happening. You see, now I moved that level a little bit lower. It was previously a little bit higher. It was around here. And on Monday, that's what I've noticed with gold. That's pretty much the pair I'm trying to trade on Monday. I don't really like to trade on Mondays, but gold gave me from the previous trades observations that it will give good moves on Mondays. Okay, so when I had this nice looking like going into the triangle or pennant, of course first I was correcting it a little bit and see if it would go like this, like quite a triangle, right? Ignoring the wings and go a little bit down like this. So, but I couldn't place still orders to buy. And remember, I was expecting finally the down movement because it was going up quite a lot. I showed you a lot previous week how I was thinking, and so that's why I'm not going to give you a lot of now. But I was placing the orders once again from that level. That's it. And on Monday I had a really good trade all the way down pretty much to here, slightly higher, and it got me out with the stop. Stop loss with the profit, of course, remember, right, how I trade. So it's about 50 pips down, and then I closed some positions once again, continued, and then it started to turn around. I come out with another little profit. So, and then I moved the level when I was waiting for next consolidation, right? Anything consolidation, possible continue the way down, and once again it started to consolidate and gave me pennant. Okay, so you see beautiful pennant and another beautiful trade. Okay, another beautiful trade all the way, and then on the way back, once again, close some positions, protect myself, move the stop, getting close to this. I thought it will stop. It did look like it might be going to be a head and shoulders pattern. So in here I was protecting, but keeping it. Hopefully it will continue down, and it was continuing. But then I turned around and I go out a bit with another profit. Okay. So, and once again, I draw this level using the top, so I continued it. Remember, you saw me previous week, it was just like that, but when it started to give me all of these things, I started to draw it and see what was going to do next. Okay, so will it do some consolidation and it'll continue the way down? Like I was telling you, I was trying to catch it on the way down. No, you see, it gave me this little of narrowing, and I was placing once again buy pending orders, sell pending orders. You see, of course, like I'm saying, we would have expected continue way down, but no, I don't know 100%. I don't care. I don't need to know 100%. I place my orders, buy pending, sell pending. Here's my trade. Another beautiful trade. Okay, expecting continue the way down, but it turned around, decided to do this correction forever. I don't care. I placed the orders both directions. I got my profit. You saw another profit. Wonderful, beautiful, isn't it? And of course, now I'm waiting for some, again, consolidation. I put the pair between these two levels, and hopefully, once again, I don't know if it's going to do this or not. It will consolidate a bit more between these two. I don't want to draw, for example, right now, right like here. Maybe it will go just straight, get closer to one and another level. That's what I want. Okay, that's what I wait. Go closer to this and to that. somewhere maybe like down, maybe up, maybe a little bit like in the channel, but closer to this area, and I will be using these levels once again, placing order, pending order buy, pending order sell. That's it. That's how it works. You see, not very difficult, really. For me anyway, with my way of trading. I don't want to know where it will go, up or down exactly. I just want it to go. Of course, like I'm saying, do expect a bit of, you have expectation of something, but you don't know 100%. And that's pretty much it. So if it will break, smash anything, that's the area again. That's the area again. I'll wait for some consolidation around this area. Okay, so if it will go up, of course, before to that top, then now I can do actually that. I'll move this like this, and to see if it will maybe consolidate between, maybe it will go straight, it might be double top before it will start to turn around, and or it will continue up, because of course I still hope, I still wait for a possible a good correction. Right now it's just small corrections, small, and we had a really huge movement up. So maybe, like I'm saying, it still can go a bit further and then turn around and give us a really good correction. So maybe it's not just yet. We're waiting, but the market decided for itself. So now you can see, like I'm saying, see, it might still go up, give a double top, and try to turn around again. Maybe we'll finally start to try to break it, go down, who knows, maybe it will go back up again. You never know. So that's pretty much it. Like right now, yes, I'm still more towards that. Hopefully at some point it will turn around. But I still have enough possibilities, you know, to go for my small trades. So one trade, another trade, third trade, three beautiful trades. So, well, that's how I work out with gold this week, guys, and what I will be looking at next week. And finally, pound yen, which I don't trade, sometimes maybe, but not all the time. Well, here we go. You see, on Monday it continues its way, just like it was with the other pound, with the other pairs, right? With yen, I mean, dollar yen was the same, right? And pound yen was the same. So that's why I'm saying maybe it was more like yen influence, which I didn't pay attention as much. So you see, it's continued that way, and a little bit higher, and started to consolidate, right? So you see pretty much similar, started to consolidate, and then it started to break. This is where would have I placed my level, just like expected. Remember, told me we're waiting for this, for any consolidation. So, and that would have been a trade. So here it started to go into the big channel. Of course, with the news, it was possible once again, but here placing just one order to sell, wouldn't see a possibility to place the others. And now let's go inside the channel. It's a very big channel, but that's how I would look at it. Okay, so if it will start with consolidation, so using this to buy pending order and sell pending order. Okay, buy stop, sell stop, and I'm using these two tops, of course, because from if it will break that level, it might be stopped by this level. Okay, so it might not go all the way. It might be stopped by here, slowing down, some correction, like maybe touch, who knows, maybe consolidate a little bit lower once again to something like that. I just don't want to draw it right now, but maybe like, right, you can draw, continue maybe in here, and then you'll use again pending orders buy, pending orders sell. If it will go down here, once again, consolidation, pending orders buy, pending orders sell. So that's how I would work with pound yen if I would trade it. So that's pretty much it, guys. So you see, that was how was my week and what I will be looking for this coming week. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share it, and happy trading. I'll talk to you next week. Bye, everyone.